Hi, welcome for our online training sessions. In this session, we are going to discuss how to develop a D2K report, then how to register this D2K report in Oracle applications. We call it as registration or deployment or execution. We can call it any word. Sometimes in the interviews, they'll ask you, how will you deploy the report in Oracle applications? Or how will you register it? Or how will you execute it? These questions they will ask. So all words are same, deployment or registration or development of the report, all are same. So let me develop a simple report and register. It's a standard question in the interviews. They'll be asking us, tell me about report registration. Let me show you the notes here. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe for this. Report registration process. There are 8 steps we have for registration. Out of 8 steps, 99% our work is first point only. Remaining 7 points are just only 1%. There is no logic behind this. If you register 4-5 reports, then automatically you can register any report, because it's a standard procedure will follow for every report, whether it is simple report, master detail report, or complex report. Any type of report, the procedure is same. Procedure is going to be same. Okay. So first point, what is that? Development of the report. Development of the report. So whenever we want to develop any report, what we have to do first? We have to write the query. We have to write the query. Data model we have to complete. After that, we have to complete the layout model. Let's open the report builder. I'm going to open report builder. So report builder consists mainly 2 things, data model and layout model. So go to data model and use the query. I'm selecting only 3 columns here: user ID, username, creation date from fnd underscore user table. Database username is apps, password is apps at the rate of user instance. You can write password and database here also, VIS, or you can enter in the first line also like this. But when we are working in the real time, this is different. Credentials are different. Means username and password and host is different compared to one client to another client. One client to another client, it is different. So we need to interact with our DBA or our team leader. They will provide the credentials. Okay. Then we need to go for configure. Let's go to layout. So layout, first we'll go for use the frame. Frame is mainly for displaying the objects one time. Go to properties, right click, properties. This frame should expand vertically in the runtime. Horizontally, it should be variable in the runtime. Expand means it will be increased based on your data. Right now, you are giving only this much of width at the time of designing. But when you run this report, you may get more data. That time what happened? System should expand this frame vertically and it should variable horizontally. Horizontally means like this. What is the meaning of variable? Expand means okay, it will be increased. The width will be increased like this, full page. Then what is mean by variable? Variable means if you get less data, it will be decreased like this in the runtime. If you get more data, it will be increased like this in the runtime. That is the advantage of the variable. Expand, fixed, variable, and contract. Generally, we use this. Fixed means never increase and decrease in the runtime. Contract means it will just go for decrease, not increase it. Okay. Now I am going ahead with this too. So what is the purpose of frame? Whatever the objects you wanted to display one time in the output, we will use the frame. For example, report title, report headings, notes, terms and conditions, company address, company logos, grand totals, right? These all things required only one time for entire report. Okay. So whatever the information you wanted to show one time, we'll keep it on the frame. So I'm going to use the title of the report, RTL Technologies, users data 2023. Yes. See, when I'm trying to move this object, it's moving the parent object also. There is an option called here, flex mode. Right now it is on. What is mean by flex mode? If the flex mode is on, if you increase or decrease the child object, automatically parent object also get affected. But I don't want make the changes in the parent object, then switch off. Only your object will work. There won't be any effect on your parent object. Okay. So whatever the object you are working, only that object will be affected. So better to keep it on this flex off. I'm just going to have this. But next, we would like to have the headings. Headings are just to maintain user ID. Okay. Then username. Okay. And then we required a date, creation date. Okay. Now we are looking out for a repeating frame here. Repeating frame is used to link with your query and display the query columns. Source. Right now there is only one query. So select that. And again, we need to configure this to vertically expand and horizontally variable. Close. Once we give the source for the repeating frame from this query, then you need to go for add the columns. 3 columns are there. We can add. This is for user ID. This is for username. Field we have to take. This is user ID, username, and date. First field, source column, user ID. Close. Second field, double click. Username, close. Third one, source, date. Now we are going for adjust this. And after designing the layout, you can test the report output here itself. Generally, it is not recommended. We have to test the report output in Oracle applications. But before that, we are just going to cross check once. Now report is working. Now report is developed successfully. When the report is developed successfully, why this report we need to register in Oracle applications? We developed the report. Okay. We developed the report. Why don't we give this report to the client? We cannot give this report to the client because whatever we are working whatever we are working here is a source file. It's a source file, right? Source files, we cannot give it to the client. Source files, we cannot give this to the client. This is a source file. If you open this, there will be a code. Because client means client employees. Client employees are end users. They are not IT developers. They are going to use the IT product. Okay, means they'll run the report, they will open the form, they will enter the data in pages, and all this they are going to do it. Okay, so here, this is a source file, we cannot give this, so we are supposed to register it. We are supposed to register this report here. That's what we are going to do it. So now the development of report is completed. We have to move the report from local machine to server. Right now we have developed the report. It's available in the local machine. We have to move this into the server. If you want to move the files from local machine to server and server to local machine, we will be using WinSCP3 tool. Double click on this and connect to the application. Right, left side we can see this is our local machine. In the local system we can find our files here. This we would like to upload into the server. This we would like to upload into the server. But whenever we are uploading into the server, we have to follow the standard procedure. When we are working with the client, this path will be different from one client to another client. But when you join in the project, they'll tell you. So I'm going to keep the file here in the server, PO top 12.0.0 reports US folder. Here I would like to go for keep this here. Okay, now let's move this file. Just drag and drop. Drag and drop the file. So what we have done right now, we have uploaded the file from our local machine to server. Now we have to register this report in the front end. Because we uploaded the file, we should give the link to our client so that he will run this report. That's what we are going to do. So we need to log in to the applications. We have to log into the applications. We have to log into Oracle applications. And once we log into the applications, we have to verify whether you have the access to system administrator or not. If you have the access to system administrator, then only you will be able to register the report. Otherwise, you cannot. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay. So right now I'm just going to open only one page here. Let's go to system administrator. Once we connect to system administrator, first thing what we have to do is we have to register the executable. In Oracle applications, you can execute total 12 languages: SQL, PLSQL, Java, reports, Linux, okay, multi-language, like that. Total 12 languages can be executed. But right now, we are supposed to specify which executable you are working. Right now, we are working with reports, right? You have to mention what is your method, report, what is your report name, where is this report in the server, in which application folder or application tab you have placed this file that we have to specify. Okay, let's go to concurrent program executable. This is the navigation. Concurrent program executable. These are the different types of programs we can execute in Oracle applications. Okay. Now we are working with the report. So choose this as Oracle reports. And here we have to mention executable name. We can give any name here. RTL underscore users underscore report. Short name also we can give any short name here. But application is very important. Where is your report in the server? My report is there in the server in this path. What is the path? PO top. I have placed my report in PO top. PO is the short name, full name is purchasing. But when you are working in the project, this folder name might be different. For example, you are working with the Dell client and your client says that Dell is the short name, full name is Dell Computer Services. That's the full name. Okay. So in our training, we are going to consider PO is the short name and full name is purchasing. PO stands for purchasing. Okay. So now I'm going to use here application name as purchasing. It means my file is stored in the purchasing application. We don't need to specify this remaining path. 12.0.0 reports US is not required. The moment when you says that purchasing, system will directly go to US folder because you already specified it's a report. All the reports will be placed in the US folder. That's why it will go here. That's why it will go here. Okay, next, what is the file name? So when system go into this folder, there are number of reports. We are supposed to specify the name of the report. Copy this, okay, and copy the name of the report and specify whatever the report name is there. This is how we are supposed to create an executable. So executable is nothing but indirectly your file name only, report file name, and you are mentioning that it's a report and you are telling that it's available in so and so application top, and you are telling to the system I'm going to use this name in the front end. This is in the back end name. This is in the back end name, but front end name I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this front end name. Why two names are there? Executable name and short name. Executable name can be changed anytime. If you want to change, you can change, but short name will never change. So always will refer the short name. Always we refer this short name. Whenever we want to go for it, we'll always refer this short name. So we created executable successfully. We have to make it as a program. Next point. We have to register the concurrent program. So what is concurrent program? Instance of executable file along with parameters. We'll talk about parameters in the next example. Right now, we are going ahead with executable. So concurrent program is nothing but instance of execution file along with parameters and incompatibility programs. Standard question in the interviews. What is concurrent program? Concurrent program is nothing but instance of execution file along with parameters and incompatibility programs. And incompatibility programs. Okay. So right now we are just going to add only executable. We'll see that later parameters. So we have created executable. Let's go for add concurrent program and add the executable here. Copy the short name of executable. If you want to query this executable is saved or not, again, you need to query from here like this. It's there. Now we are going to create a concurrent program. We can give any program name, RTL, active users information report 2023. Short name we can give any name. RTL program something. Application you can give any application. Description you can specify any description, meaningful description. And here executable we are going to add. The moment when we choose the executable, automatically it selects the method. Means it automatically select your executable method here. And how about the output? When you run this program, internally this report will be executed. It generates the output. Which format you want to have the output? You can choose the format, whatever is required. Text format or XML format, PDF. Which one you require that we can choose. Let me go with the text. I don't want to print. I need A4 size output. Say. So as we discussed, the definition of the concurrent program is concurrent program is nothing but instance of executable file along with parameters and incompatible programs. Okay, so we did this. Copy the program name. Whatever the programs we have registered, that we have to group it. We call it as a request group. This is another question in the interviews. What is request group? Request group is nothing but a group of concurrent programs. For example, there is a sales manager. He required sales programs. There is a finance manager. He required finance programs. There is a cashier. He required opening balance and closing balance reports. Right. Like this, they can go ahead with whatever programs are required. So when we are working in the project, we will discuss with our client what are the different request groups you required, or you have any already request groups. Which group you want to add this program, that we have to discuss and go for add it. Okay. Now we are going to create new request group and attach our program. So request group is nothing but group of concurrent programs. So copy the program name here. Whatever the programs we have registered, copy this and then go for a registration request group. Responsibility request. This is the navigation. Security responsibility request. Open this. Mention this group name. I'm mentioning that RTL October reports. We can give any application name, not a problem. Code, we can give any code, not a problem. Description, we can give meaningful description. Admin reports. And here we have to add one by one programs. There is no limit. You can add multiple programs. So what is request group? It's a group of requests, nothing but a group of programs or reports. Okay. Okay. That. Next. Once your group is ready, next we have to create a responsibility. So another important question in the interviews. Responsibility is nothing but level of authority which will combine the request group, data group, and menu. Request group, data group, and menu. So what is request group? Just now we have seen it's a programs. Data group is for security point of view. Data group is for security point of view. So what is the definition of request group? It's a group of all concurrent programs. It's a group of concurrent programs, whatever we have included. Not all, whatever we have included. Then what is data group? It's a group of usernames and passwords. This is related for the security. This is related for security. Generally, DBS will always use standard data group. We don't need to worry about that. Standard data group we are going to use. Menu is nothing but a group of forms. Menu is nothing but group of forms that we are going to use it. Menu is nothing but a group of forms. Right now, we have only request group with us. We don't have data group. That's not a problem. We can use standard built-in. Menu we do not have because we are not developed. So we will use built-in menu. Later we'll see how to create new menus. Okay. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a responsibility. What it contains three components: request group, data group, and menu. All these three we are going to group it. All these three we are going to group it. Let's go into this here. Copy the group name, create responsibility here. Here I'm mentioning that RTL October application we can key, we can give any key. We can give any description. As I said, responsibility combine three components: data group, request group, and menu. Okay, here I have only request group. Just now we created. That's fine. Standard data group will be used. And application, whatever we are using, purchasing. When you work for any client, the data group name is standard, always, for any responsibility. Because it's related for security point of view, will always use built-in standard. Next, menu we do not have. Let me use this existing menu. Position. I'm using some menu called position. Like this will go for creation of this responsibility. So the responsibility is nothing but level of authority, which will combine request group, data group, and menu. Okay. So request group is nothing but programs. Menu is nothing but a forms. And then data group is a standard one, which we will be using. That is for security point of view internally. It contains the usernames and passwords. Okay. So here the responsibility you are going to assign to the users. You are assigning responsibility means indirectly you are assigning the reports and you are assigning the forms from the menu. Let's next point, create an user, or you can use existing user, attach the responsibility to the user so that that user can run the programs. Go to user menu, define. I'm searching for the user which we have in the system, and let's go for it. And save. Now what we have done, there is a user called Chandra. For this user, we have already two responsibilities which are built in, provided by Oracle. This one I have created, new one. Let's save this. Now this user can log into the applications, go to this responsibility and run the program. And this is the username. This is the username. Already we have connected. But right now we are in system administrator responsibility. We have to switch to the new responsibility what we have created. Now we can use this option, switch responsibility, or we can use file menu switch. Both are same. Go to your responsibility. Whenever we go to the responsibility, we can find the menu here. This is menu. What menu contains? It contains the forms for data entry. We don't need to worry about that right now. Go to SRS window, view menu requests, submit a new request, and run this. There is only one program. We have only one program, right, in our request group that we are going to execute. Let's go for submit. Our program is running. Click refresh button. Now this program we have submitted. Program execution is completed successfully. Normal status is nothing but a success. Click this output. We'll see the record output. This is the title. And this is the column name, user ID, username, date. But title, I think some of the text is missing. Only 2 is displaying. In your report, we have some other, just you need to increase this. Okay, save. But when you make some changes in your report, it will be saved in the local machine. We have to upload again. You have to update the latest file into server. Our system is going to replace. I don't want to show this message every time. The moment when we move, it should automatically replace it. Let's say yes. That's done. Okay. Then you can submit again the request. So registration is only one time. Whatever we have done, the registration process, it's all only one time. These all steps are required only once. Next time, if you make some changes in your report, let's do it and upload into server, latest file. Directly you can go for execute from SRS. Right, now I can find the output. Here it is. Now we can see the output here. Now it's perfect. We are getting this output file. Now, this is the procedure for registration of the report. Okay. Thank you.